back together again. I've not been very good about making videos, so sorry, but I've been doing a lot of new things. So I've turned over a lot of new leaves on a personal level. I've discovered minimalism through YouTube. So thank you for all you minimalists out there who have put up really great videos and information regarding paring down stuff in your life and the KonMari method and all those things. I've really enjoyed those videos, so thank you. But I've also discovered a lot of budgeting videos and Dave Ramsey and all these things. So all these things are happening, and I'm trying to like get a grip on all these things that I want to incorporate into my life now. And one thing that I have made some progress on is regard to figuring out how to make extra income. So I'm lucky in that I don't actually have any debt other than my mortgage. I've actually paid off my student loan and credit cards and car before I even found out about Dave Ramsey. I was already on that track on my own. So that was a positive. But now that I found out about Dave Ramsey, I'm really trying hard to stick to a zero-based budget, which I completely blew this month. I had my son's birthday party and just, I don't know what happened, but I did not stick to the budget at all. And what I really want to do is my bills come up to, my total bills with everything, mortgage and bills, come up to about one paycheck. So I have one paycheck clear that I really want to put towards savings. In addition to that, I want to earn another $400 to put toward my retirement, another $400 to put towards my son's college fund, and another $400 to put toward my mortgage, an extra payment on my mortgage, without having to go into my extra paycheck every month. I want that just to be savings. So now I have to figure out how to make basically an extra $1,200 a month. So I'm going to start with trying to figure out how to make an extra $400 a month. And then I'll continue to grow. So one thing I've been looking into on YouTube is Amazon FBA. I've just started actually doing retail arbitrage. I work full time. I can't shop and hunt for deals full time. But luckily there are a lot of retailers around where I work, and at lunch I've been trying to go and scout for deals. I did a really big Goodwill haul, well, not huge, but I might have bought like 10 things, new, mostly toys from Goodwill. I used the Amazon resellers app to scan them to see what they were going to sell at, and everything looked really, really great. I also bought some stuff from Target on clearance, and when I got it home, I discovered that the margin actually wasn't as great as I thought, because the actual fees that they give you on the Amazon resellers app seem to be a bit short of what they actually charge you when you actually go in and actually create the listing. In fact, it seems to be like they charge you twice as much. So it was eating into a margin. But luckily, a lot of things came from Target, and I just took them back. But other things that I had where there was at least some margin so I can get my feet wet, I just sent off that shipment actually today to Amazon FBA. But another thing I did was yesterday, I went to Goodwill at lunch, and I was just actually kind of stressed, and I just needed to get away from the office. So I was just kind of walking through, and I noticed this thing here. So it's a brand new item. It is an exit emergency escape ladder, and it was $30.74. I would normally never spend $30.74 on anything at Goodwill because it's Goodwill. You should not pay that much at a thrift store. But I just decided to scan it just to see. And I was shocked that these are selling for like $80 on Amazon. Very low competition with a sales rank of 700. So I thought, let me try this. So before I even left the store, I listed it on Amazon. Before I even paid for it, I listed it on Amazon. And then I went up and I paid for it, and I thought maybe today or tomorrow I would change, or maybe next week when I gathered another box full of stuff to sell through FBA, I would then change it to FBA and then package it with the other stuff and ship it for my next shipment. But before I could do that, it had sold. It had literally sold within a few hours. I was really surprised. It sold for, I listed it for like about 75 bucks, a few bucks shy of the next competitor. Um, my account is a brand new account, so it has no feedback score. There's no reviews of me, so I didn't expect to be able to sell anything on Amazon, being that my account was so new, and I didn't know if people would trust me because I don't have any reviews. But it sold within hours, and I was like surprised. So altogether, I paid $30 for it, and there's some tax in there, so it maybe accounts for like 33 or something. Amazon, I believe, is charging me $13 in fees. And then I didn't take the time to actually weigh this bad boy because I wasn't home with my scale. I didn't weigh it before I listed it. So the shipping cost that the buyer actually paid was a little short. So it was short by like probably about $7. So I had to eat into my profit another $7 in order to get this shipped to him. So that's mistake number one. Also, if you're new to Amazon, you assume that if Amazon has this, if you've never listed, you'll actually scan the barcode and Amazon will show you the competitive pricing. If you list it, they'll give you a shipping cost. And I'm assuming that they already know what this weighs and what size it is, and that's why they're giving me suggested this shipping cost is $7. But they don't actually know. So make sure you actually weigh it and figure out what your shipping cost is going to actually be, and not just go off of their suggestion because it was a bit short. But so altogether, I probably made, so that's about 45. I probably made about 25 bucks, right? It's not a lot of money, but when you're reselling or doing any type of retail arbitrage, you're thinking in scale. So this one item, this one $25 profit is not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but if I repeat this every day, then it becomes a lot, right? So I was just happy that it sold, and I was just happy to see that I could sell. So this $25 is not going to make or break me. It's just my first step into actually getting into another line of business where I could earn some extra income. So if you're wondering, can I sell on Amazon? How do I do this? I don't have a lot of time. I work full time. I take care of a son full time. I haven't put a lot of money into it, although now I'm thinking more about what I actually want to sell. I just went and made a few purchases. Altogether, I spent less than probably 60, 70 bucks on my initial purchases just to get my feet wet, and I was able to get my feet wet with this. So it is possible. You don't have to sell a lot. You don't have to buy a lot to get started. Just find one good item that you think has a margin, or maybe a few good items on clearance, at Goodwill, whatever, and just get your feet wet and see if you, one, have time to continue it, because it does take time. Hunting for deals is never easy, whether you're doing it for pleasure or for businesses. It takes time. Or that you want to do this because it's a small amount per item. So you have to scale it up in order for it to be a real contribution to your income. So this one item is not going to get me anywhere near my first initial goal of making an extra $400 a month this month. But we'll see if the other items I just shipped will get me there. So with regard to the other items I shipped a variety of items. One was a nursing pillow cover. I shipped a few battery charging packs for some toys. I had some saw blades. I had a Jabra hands-free speakerphone that hooks up to your computer. Those two items I actually already had in the house, and they were brand new. So they didn't cost me anything. What else did I have? What else was in that box? I can't remember what else was in that box, but that's the majority of items that are in that box. So I'll get back to you with actually how long it's going to take me to sell that stuff. Because that's one thing I noticed with Amazon FBA videos. They say, oh, I had a lot of success and I made $1,200 this month. Well, how much money did you invest in your items to make that? So what was your true profit? And how long were those items on Amazon before they actually sold? Because if you have like 10,000 items sitting in the FBA warehouse, it's likely that you might sell 1,000 of them a month or 100 or whatever. But, or did you just send in 50 things and that was your profit? It just took you a few weeks. So I don't feel like people really go into detail about the reality of it and all of the fees incurred. And with this, I also will have to pay taxes, income taxes on this. So, which further eats into my profit. So there's quite a few things to consider that people don't talk about. But you need to think about it before you buy anything. So if you're new to FBA, I would recommend, one, you make sure you download the Amazon Sellers app so that you can scan things. Two, you have a scale at home so you can weigh things. Unless you're just going to, no, even if you're going to send them to FBA, because they require you to weigh your box and give the dimensions of the box before you send it in. So whether you're going to send it on FBA, sell it through FBA or sell it yourself, you want to scale, you want to know how much the items weigh so you can figure out the actual shipping of stuff. So those are two things that you want to do before you start buying. And then when you start buying, you don't have to go and put down $10,000 on your credit card to get a random big truckload pallet of random things that you don't even know what's in it. That is definitely the way you want to go, probably if you want to scale up. And that's probably how I'm going to have to scale up eventually. I'm not looking forward to going through a whole pallet full of stuff because it's very time consuming to scan all of that stuff and create listings for all of that stuff and all of the things that you need to do. The next thing that you need also is shipping labels. There's 2 different shipping labels that you need, and I don't actually have them with me. I should have had them here. But you'll need those also. Go to Amazon and go through the seller's portal, and they can kind of show you what shipping labels you need. But if you don't have that in the beginning, it's okay. But once you get ready to ship, you'll need your shipping labels. And that's it. So that's how I made like basically 25 bucks with just a few minutes of work. It was like really easy, and you could do it too. And now I hope I can continue to do it on a daily basis, because this isn't going to be enough to send my son to college or for me to retire. So anyway, if you have any feedback, any questions, please ask me. If I don't know, I'm sure I'll find out soon and I can create a video about your questions. If there's any suggestions that you have for me as a new reseller on Amazon, please let me know. And if you like the video, just please give it a thumbs up, or subscribe or whatever. I'm going to definitely come back with more videos like this and all the other things that are going on in my life right now with my zero-based budgeting, which I blew this month. But we'll try it again next month, and I'll give you an update. Hopefully I'll be able to stick to it, and I'll be a little more realistic about, what I need to actually spend money on. So thank you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.